Alright, so I think I found my absolute favorite barbarian build. Instead of actually putting the brand bow on my mercenary, I decided to put faith on my mercenary so I can teleport around. I can tank more to get the amp damage procs off of the brand by me myself getting hit. And I can shoot arrows, which because they're normal attacks, they're going to be explosive arrows, which is awesome. Then I shoot them really fast because of her, my giant skull. Then I got some extra IAS from the laying of hands and from the belt, and then highlords, rocking gore riders. And then on swap I got dual grief, so I can whirlwind around. If there's a physical immune, I can berserk. Or, I mean, that's if the amp damage isn't active. I can also shoot the arrows. They do a decent amount of damage, but not nearly as much as the whirlwind or the berserk. But without further ado, let me showcase this. On the mercenary, we got faith, vamp gaze, and shaft stop, so she'll be able to tank a little bit when we teleport into crowds. Let me show so you can just see how fast he... Wow, yeah. The whirlwind, the bow and arrow part is really just a gimmick, honestly. It's not really a gimmick because I mean it does decent damage. It's definitely gonna still get the best out of everything by teleporting in and then swapping. Mainly relying on your whirlwind and something like cows. But if I were to take you over here, I'm not gonna actually try to fully clear the cows. I'm just gonna okay, so you get the picture. Basically, I just teleport into him with the bow out. But I mean, look how fast the bow shoots. Let me take it to a different area though, so we can kind of showcase. I mean, the bow is actually viable, and if I wanted to, I could switch to like a pride mercenary, and I would be doing like 2600 damage or so. If I was playing with another player also who was a paladin with conviction, it would be a really good combo. It would really smack. That would be a cool way to play, like you and your friend together or something. I mean, I could even throw Atmos Scarab on here if I wanted to focus mostly on the bow and not worry about even getting hit. But it's not bad for the damage. I mean, it's not great by any means. Probably just players 1, maybe players 2. But definitely wouldn't say it's bad. Definitely go anywhere in the game on players 1 with it. Let's see what this is like against Bale. They're all the explodey boys. Explodey boys.
Not enough mana.
That sounds a little bit raunchy. So I mean, it is pretty cool in here because when they're hitting me with the ranged attacks and everything, all the ranged attacks are proccing my amp damage, making my mercenary really benefit from that as well. Whenever I'm just standing around with the bow out, taking out all the trash mobs. And she's got the freezing arrow. So we've got a little dual spec tag team thing going on over here. Alright, let's try to get on to the boss a little bit faster. Don't wanna... This is definitely my favorite setup using brand that I've found so far, though, for sure. Definitely my favorite use of the brand rune word. That's why I didn't want to put it in an Amazon bow. Some of these rune words that people will criticize you for not putting them in a certain class-specific thing, that can also be the thing that keeps you from being able to experiment with it. So sometimes it's not really worth the extra couple plus the skills. Sometimes the plus the skills isn't going to make or break a build. I need to reposition my monitor. Yeah, this is pretty cool for the veil waves actually. Anywhere where you're going to be getting hit with those ranged attacks. Very cool. It makes your actual character's weaknesses feel like a benefit at times. Hey, don't die on me. We actually really are only needing the Faith Mercenary just so we can shoot really fast arrows. That's all that is. I'll show the skill tree and all of my gear completely at the very end. I guess they're just gonna breathe fire on me instead of hitting me. There we go, somebody hit me. Figured I'd show an all arrows wave. Yeah, this is a good combo. Me with this merc. Fire and ice. And the giant skull with the knockback. Well, I guess I don't need giant skull, but I do like the crushing blow from giant skull because this has knockback on it already. But the other helmet that I have that's 45 IAS isn't really going to benefit as much as the giant skull will. And the knockback's not going to really hurt us because we're Whirlwind and Berserk as well, so it's not going to hurt. Come on, you can start attacking too. I gotta teleport to reset my merc. Maybe we can get Bale.
My brothers will not have died in vain.
Yeah. I'll teleport. Whirlwind them up a little bit. Let's see if we can get amped. Oh. Wow. Almost like he was a paid actor. That was like Bale's a paid actor right there. Let's go see. I mean, yeah, it's gonna suck in chaos, so I might as well show what it's gonna be like with the Pride Merc real quick and go to chaos. A little bit slower shots on the bow. I can actually throw the other helmet on to try to offset it a little bit.
Greetings.
I'll put that to good use. I'll put that to good use.
Alright, let's see. The shots are not that slow on the bow. Shots are not much slower. Not bad. Bow's not going to be the best way to attack in here though, because there's going to be so many fire immunes. Look at the attack damage, 2,500. No way. Well, actually, I can easily believe it. Certain degree of that is RNG, but a certain degree of it is kind of predictable. I only really need him for the damage of the bow. Honestly, the mercenaries, at this point, when you have this on the offhand and you have dual grief, even when you have dual grief, all of this other stuff is just overkill. But at the same time, I'm just trying to build something slightly different to maximize, I guess, the fun factor or the novelty of it a little bit. Like if I want to be able to shoot the bow. As a matter of fact,
Not enough mana.
just for the sake of the video, I'm not gonna keep going with that run. I actually want to try something. Because the bow's not gonna make or break that character.
Not in town.
Let's see how this does with infinity. Because it might actually be really cool teleporting around with the bow and then having infinite. Like, this would be really high-end character, but I mean, this could be really fun to mess around with. Just be careful. Be careful when you're swapping all these items around, because it's really easy to buy a new mercenary and really screw yourself over. Let's see. Let's go to Frigid Highlands first. I want to see this in cows. I guess technically if I wanted to really shoot fast and have this merc, I could do treachery, but then I'd lose my teleporting, which I think is one of the main points of... I mean, that's not a bad speed at all in the shooting, honestly. 1600 damage on the attacks. I feel like the teleporting is necessary to really take advantage of the amp damage. I don't think it's worth the little bit of extra damage to give that up. That's tempting to keep, but I got way too much shit. There we go. It's definitely not enough damage on the exploding arrows to make it a main form of attack, I don't think. Just enter a new game. I think maybe even a IK helm with a with 2 IAS jewels might be
Yes?
enough IAS for this character. Damn, they're really trying to screw me over.
Not enough mana.
Jesus. Yeah, I don't think this is necessarily... I mean... It's definitely not bad, but it's not meta by any means. Definitely not meta, but it's not bad. I wonder how it would be to have this character wonder how it would be to have the barb with the Act 5 Frenzy Merc. Who has that mercenary? That's what I need to know. Who has my last wish? Who has it? Somebody has it. Not them. It's probably him. Oh. Who the hell has it? Oh! This is another video I have to make in the future. The Last Wish Necromancer. That shit's pretty good. That is a pretty good build. Okay, so we're gonna rock Last Wish. What else are we gonna put on our merc? Swish. Voice of Reason, that might be kind of cool.
Afternoon.
I'll put that to good use.
Alright, get with the Barbarian.
I'll put that to good use.
Voice of Reason. Voice
I'll put
of
that to good
Raisins.
use.
Alright, let's see.
Good afternoon.
I think this one's already shaping up to be my favorite one. Easily. Ironically, it's also the most expensive one. Fire muse. Gotta go to cows with this real quick just to see. Yeah, these life tap procs are gonna definitely help though, especially on higher players count. Okay, time to put it to the test. Time to put it to the test. I think this is gonna be the best one all around, honestly. I think this is like the grand finale. I don't know if I should chop the video or if I should kind of just leave it as is, because this is I feel like it gives a realistic idea of what like a theory crafting play session would be like when you're playing a game. As much as making a super edited video is way more digestible and mainstream, this game isn't really necessarily like mainstream in a sense. So I feel like it's it kind of might be doing myself a service after seeing like as many videos that like Mr. Llama puts on YouTube, seeing he's the biggest channel on Diablo. I know he does a lot more talking probably than I did in this video, but I might just experiment and see if I put up a longer video. I mean, it's not a stream, but I kind of handled it in the same format that I would have handled a stream in terms of me, you know, talking through my build, going through the process that I would go through when I'm messing around trying to come up with something new to play. So I mean, all around, this is definitely really, at the end of the day, still mainly going to be a Whirlwind Barbarian, no matter how you decide to, you know, fine-tune it. But at the same time, I still think it's fun to run around and shoot the arrows as well. It's definitely not terrible. And I mean, if you wanted to go into like Nightmare or something, I'm sure you could even farm in Nightmare cows and, I mean, really destroy shit. I mean, let's just do that just to see, just real quick, and then that'll be the grand finale of the video. Alright, let's just go straight to the leg. I can't help but just take stuff out sometimes though. Honestly, I mean, that's the fun of the game, running around and just wrecking shit. Personally, that's... I mean, it's not even that amazing in Nightmare, honestly, but I'm also not. It's not bad. You know, something to do when you're bored on a phone call or some shit. This is definitely probably the most fun Barbarian build though that I've played with in a while. Fun, maybe one of the more fun builds in general, just because I feel like it's visually pleasing to play as, with the exploding arrows, the bone spears. Like, just all around, I feel like it's a pretty fun character to play as. Let me see, let me go over here, go over the gear again. The dual brief, got a jeweler's tiara. This is just the one that I have. Highlords, Enigma, Lang of Hands, dual leech ring. Could be a better one, but again, this is the one that I have right now. on this character. Noseferatus for the IAS, Ravenfrost, and then Gore Riders. Anni and Torch. Mainly some max damage small charms. Couple fast run walk things going on, some resistances. So nothing too, I mean nothing too crazy. Those are pretty damn good charms if you ask me. They're not like the best, but they're not bad by any means. Brand on swap. And then Mercenary, Last Wish, Voice of Reason, and then these. These are usually what I'm not switching out. But as you saw in the video, I had this Mercenary, I had at one point a Faith Mercenary, I had Infinity, I had a Pride Mercenary. It's really all depending on what you want to do with the build, where you want to take it. You know, it might be better against a specific monster with a specific setup, but I mean, the arrows are not going to be your main source of damage against the boss. And this is Nightmare. I was thinking, damn, that actually does do pretty good damage. But yeah, everybody have a good one. Appreciate you for watching. If you watched the whole thing, wow. Thank you. I'll catch y'all in the next one.